I also go on my Facebook too, and I can like share it like this.
Yeah, there we go.
What's up, everybody? We live. I'm over here with the Professor Al himself. Bro,
Professor Al.
this is a crazy story. Let's start off while we're waiting for people to come in and stuff like that. You know, this is something I've thought about, and I'm sure a lot of people have thought about since they've seen the movie Forrest Gump. And, you know, I have questions about that. First of all, I just want to introduce everybody. Background story about how I ran into you. And this is a big shout out to my boy, Stephen McCaig. You know, we were hanging out the other day, and he was like talking to me. He's like, yo, I saw this guy on Facebook, and he was walking from Pennsylvania to Florida. You should like reach out to him and try and do a podcast with him. And I was like, yeah, I'd like to reach out to him and try to do a podcast with him. But like, you know, not saying that I didn't do it, but, you know, I was kind of like going on with my day and stuff.
Yeah.
But then he hit me up on Facebook, and he sent me like your link, you know?
Oh, okay.
And I was like, well, it's right here now, so I might as well like hit him up. And so I did, and you responded. I was like, yo, this is tight. And you were like, I'm in Orlando right now.
Yeah.
But were you saying you're walking to Jacksonville?
I was going to walk, but I ended up taking a Greyhound up here.
Nice, dude.
Yeah, give the old back a rest.
So, talk to us a little bit about, you know, your name, where you're from.
Okay, so yeah, I go by Professor Al. People just call me Al. I'm from Clairton, Pennsylvania. It's a small little town right outside of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. What else would you like to know?
Okay. Were you like born and raised there?
Yeah, born and raised.
Okay. So, what high school did you go to?
Clairton High School. Yeah, it's Clairton is like it's like a small ghost town, and it's known for crime. You know, we have like knuckleheads there, but it's also known for it has a steel mill, which is one of the biggest mills in the U.S. So that's really the only thing keeping Clairton alive.
Dang.
As well as our high school football team.
Okay.
We had the highest winning streak in the country at one point.
Dang.
Until we lost it. I think that was like my junior year.
Dang.
Yeah.
Did you play football?
I did.
What position?
I was running back and safety.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you said you guys were winning school, so was there any like, you know, college looks or anything like that?
No, there was definitely favoritism.
Okay.
But I'm not
Okay.
gonna go.
Okay, I hear you. Okay, I feel you on that. So, you know, let's fast forward a little bit. I did some background search on you. You said your first walk was from Pennsylvania to Los Angeles, California?
Yes, sir.
Like,
That's about 3,000 miles. I've walked through a bunch of forest and
you walked through
deserty
forests?
areas. Yeah.
So, like, do you have, like, how do you know which way you're going?
I use Google Maps.
Nice.
And then
shout
I
out
have
Google Maps.
Yeah, shout out to Google Maps. And I have a pretty good like photographic memory, so I take
Whoa.
one little good look at that map, and I pretty much know where I'm going. And then,
But when you go
compass
through the
already helps,
forest,
too.
though, are you looking at it and it's like, I don't want to go all the way around. I'm just gonna cut through.
I've taken like lots of paths and trails as well as like back roads. That's what I mainly like travel on.
Back roads.
So yeah, it takes you like clear through like a forest, and like you're like in the middle of nowhere.
Wow.
And it's really it
Did
can be
you-
a little creepy.
Did you ever come up on any like animals?
Oh yeah, all the time.
Big animals?
The biggest animal I've ever come across was a bear. And
Whoa.
that was actually this journey. And,
Wow.
Yeah, when I walked through Virginia.
Okay, so I need to like get some like I need to size some stuff in my mind. How like long, like days wise, does it take to walk to like from Pennsylvania to Florida?
How long days wise? If you're walking, well, shoot, Google Maps says it takes like 15 days, I think, which is a
15
complete.
days.
That's a complete lie.
That's a lie?
Yeah, that's a lie.
Is that
That's-
like straight
that's-
walking?
That's
Just
straight walking and speed walking. So you gotta go like at least like 6 miles an hour walking. That's basically jogging.
Dang.
So,
So
and
that's
then nonstop.
unrealistic.
So it's unrealistic completely. It's at least double that. So it the average person, if they're moving at a pretty solid, quick pace, can do it in 2 months easy.
Did you say 2
Yeah,
months?
2 months easy. Because you gotta rest and stuff like
Yeah.
that too. A lot of people don't put that in consideration. You
Yeah.
gotta rest and eat.
Damn. So it took you 2 months?
It took me 3 months.
3 months
Yeah.
to go from
Because as I told you before, I walked to New York City first,
okay.
from Pittsburgh, and then I made my way down to Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
Everybody who's watching this, if you could share it for us, please. We got Professor Al right here. My boy walked from Pennsylvania to Florida. And we're trying to figure this out. So,
I could
okay.
even,
How many
share.
miles?
Hold on.
How many miles can you do in a day?
I walk a minimum of 30 miles a day.
30 miles a day.
Yeah, minimum.
Let me see. Is that bad? Is that good? How many hours do you walk for a day?
It varies. It varies on like my pace for that day. Sometimes I'll walk just 8 hours. I've walked for 24 hours straight. before.
What?
Yeah, no sleep.
What?
So yeah, it really varies on my pace and I guess how I'm feeling.
Dang. Do cops fuck with you?
I've been stopped by over 60 police officers already.
Hold on. Did you say 1-6 or 6-0?
60.
You've been stopped by over 60 police.
60 police officers, yeah.
Dang. That's crazy.
It is
That
crazy.
probably puts us halt to your trip too.
It does.
That's
you
a
know,
good.
when
I'm gonna say
trying to
60 hours.
Like when I'm trying to get somewhere, and
Dang.
it's stopping me because I guess I look suspicious. I don't know.
Oh my
But-
God. I guess I look suspicious. He says.
But on the upside, they've been all great encounters. Like once I tell them, who I am and what I'm doing, they think it's like really awesome. I've even
Nice.
had police officers buy me food, water, and things
Nice.
like that.
That's what's up, man. I was wondering about that because I see you had the stick.
Yeah.
And one of my questions is like, damn, would I want a stick in my hand? I feel like I'd get enough. I would have thrown it about halfway through the trip and been like missed it the rest of the trip and had to go and get another one or something like that.
When you're exhausted and like your legs are giving up on you, this stick comes in handy.
Damn, it's like for real, like that.
It's
It holds
like
you
a
up?
third leg. Like
Damn.
yeah, it really like held me up sometimes.
That's sick, man.
And then it became like a it sounds weird, but it really became like my companion.
Dang.
Yeah, I mean, this thing
You ever
don't
talked to the
work,
stick?
I have.
Hey, that's real.
like we're gonna get through this.
Yeah. I saw when you got to the Florida borderline and stuff like that. You know what I mean? It's like, yeah, man. Like,
Oh yeah, man.
that was a big moment.
It was huge. I didn't feel that feeling when I walked to Los Angeles.
Really?
Yeah, because like when I walked to Los Angeles, all my family and friends and all my supporters were just like, yes, you did it. You know, just like, now what? And like my family was just treating it like, I did this. Now I'll go back home, get a job. That's it. You know, I can just add this to my belt for like life.
It's kind of
But-
like climbing Mount Everest.
Yeah, yeah. There's like, what more can you do after climbing Mount Everest? So, yeah. After I made it, I did it twice now, so it just I felt really accomplished.
It's
And-
definitely a big accomplishment, man.
Yeah.
So, okay. I'm just gonna ask you questions. You know what I mean? And different things I'm wondering. Do you have like a debit card? You know what I'm saying? Like, I know you're probably not carrying cash on you or anything like that.
I try not to carry too much cash, no. But I do have a debit card on me.
That's what's up. So, you know, some people that I was talking to, they want to know, like, in lack of better words, are you like rich and you could just take some months off and do this? Or
No.
Do you have a job you could do on your cell phone? Because that's possible nowadays.
It is. No, not by any means am I rich. Yeah, a lot of people ask me if I saved up actually before doing this. And my first journey, I left with $9.73 in my
No, you did not.
Yeah.
No, you did not.
Yes, I did.
No, you did not. No, you did not.
And this journey, I only left with $40 in my pocket, so a little bit more.
Hold on a second. Are you
I'm
serious?
dead serious.
And you lasted 3 months?
And I lasted 3 months, and that's really due to the kind people that I have a charity.
Nice.
And I started it after my first
I'm
journey.
about to donate to this charity.
So yeah, I started after my first journey after my mom started a GoFundMe
Okay.
on my first journey.
That's
And
tight.
that GoFundMe ended up raising it ended up raising near like $3,000.
Nice, dude.
And what my mom doesn't know is that I spent most of that money helping like homeless people that I would meet on my
Nice.
travels.
That's what's up.
So the fact that I've seen so many to like spend that much money, that I was just like, okay, so this is a serious problem, and just opened up my eyes. So that's why I started my own charity.
That's what's up, man.
So I allow myself 10% of whatever that charity makes, and the other 90% goes to helping people in need.
That's what's up, man. That makes a lot of sense, dude. Shout out my boy Los. He wants to know, how many times a day do you eat?
How many times a day? Sometimes I don't eat at all. Matter of fact, there's lots of days I don't eat at all. On a good week, I probably will eat at least twice a day. You really just, on the road, you eat for survival. You never eat to get full or anything like that. It's just like, I gotta get something in me. So yeah, like there's been times that I had to dumpster dive because
Whoa.
I had no money. Yeah, got real. Sometimes.
He said shit got real. Okay, let me ask you this. Like, we talked about a little bit about it. So I asked you, like, off air, do you stay in hotels or do you stay like on the side of the road and stuff like that? And you said you sleep on the side of the road?
I sleep on the side of the road. I've slept in abandoned buildings, on the side of the road, under bridges, park benches. Just last night I slept a little down the road down there in this big parking lot. I slept like in the corner of it where like it was secluded. So yeah.
That's crazy, bro. What if it like rains? I mean, this was like in the wintertime, wasn't it?
Yeah. It has rained a couple times, and then I had to hurry up and get up and pack my things because wet and cold don't mix.
Nah. So let me ask this: do you enjoy this?
I do. I enjoy every bit of it, even when it hurts.
Wow.
Which is every day.
So like, I'm just wondering, are we talking any sponsorships or anything? Cause like, that'd be tight. You know what I mean?
It would be tight. It would be tight. It would be really tight if Beats, sponsored me.
That'd be hard.
Or Nike, or another one that me and my supporters been pushing is McDonald's.
Wow, you fuck with McDonald's? I fuck with McDonald's.
I mean, I don't like. I'm not so crazy about their food, but I am crazy about like their sweets. I'm a sucker for sweets.
Wow.
And every town seems to have one, and like they've really been like a lifesaver because that's how I usually charge my phone.
Nice. And they got free Wi-Fi.
And free Wi-Fi, exactly. So I can upload too.
They're really like what are those things called? Like the Pokemon Center.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like a
exactly.
place.
Exactly. Yeah, so I would love for those places.
Somebody is curious what made him walk from Pennsylvania to Florida. Like, why is Florida the destination? Especially Orlando, Florida.
Yeah. And See, because I already walked from the East Coast to the West Coast,
Mhm.
I figured, why not north to south now?
Okay.
And yeah, a bunch of my supporters suggested it,
Mhm.
and it was just an idea at that time. But then I was like, you know what? I think I will walk to Florida.
Okay.
So yeah, that's how that came about.
And you say your supporters, like, what do you think your main outlet is? Facebook, Instagram, Twitter?
Facebook, 100%.
Okay.
I'm like almost like 10,000 strong.
Nice, dude.
Well, like 20,000 strong because I have two pages. My personal page, which kind of took over my motivational speaking page,
I feel you on that.
and I'm trying to get everyone to shift over to my motivational speaking page.
I feel
which
you on
is
that too.
Professor Al.
The
Find me
Professor
on-
Al.
on Facebook, Professor Al.
It's at Professor Al.
Yeah.
Everybody go check it out. We're going to tag him in it after this video because I tried finding you, but it wouldn't come up. Also, I'd like to give a shout out to my supporters. DJ Kid K got an event coming up March 3rd at Europa in Palm Coast, Florida.
Dope.
Y'all go check it out, man. 13-year-old DJ doing his thing out here. You know what I mean? Just like you're doing this
13.
thing. That's what I'm saying. Really out here grinding. So
That's crazy.
y'all go support him, man. Doing big things. So my next question that I have for you, like, you know, we've been like, say, going to war with South or North Korea. You know, NBA playoffs and stuff like that happen. Like, the Olympics are going on right now.
Wow.
What, you
I
know,
didn't know any of those things.
you didn't know any of those things.
No, I really don't. I don't watch a lot of TV, and I really don't like follow much of what's in the media. For simple fact that it's like all toxic to me.
I feel that.
Yeah, we rely too much on the media for like all of our information, so that's why some of the people are like ignorant and misinformed because like they never take the time to do their own research. Like if you go by just the media, the world is a terrible place. You'll get raped or murdered every time you step outside.
Yeah.
But like
That's not true.
if you look at me on Instagram or Facebook, I prove that with the thousands of people that have helped me on both my journeys.
That's cool, man.
So that's why I don't follow the media.
So also a question. Let's say through your journey, how do you feel about racism?
Racism. Racism is definitely there. It's something that I've dealt with all my life before my journey. I guess that's just being a black man in America, but I was only met with a slight hint of it. In some areas that I walked through that are predominantly white, upper class places, I just get a lot of dirty looks and you just feel unwanted there.
That's real.
So it's definitely there. It's definitely there.
Would you say, like, going back to the McDonald's question, do you eat, like, say, healthy foods? Do you think, would you try them? Are you, like, a vegetarian or anything?
I am a vegetarian.
You
Yeah.
are a vegetarian?
Yes, sir.
Are you allowed to eat McDonald's sweets?
Yeah, I'm allowed to eat McDonald's sweets. Yeah, vegetarian is different from vegan.
Okay.
Yeah.
I feel you on that. What do you think is your favorite city that you've been to?
Oh shoot. Well, I actually fell in love with Jacksonville.
Duval.
Like it's crazy, man. I didn't realize it was this beautiful of a place.
Yeah, it's tight. I was
Especially
actually thinking
by
about
the
moving
beach.
up this place.
Yeah, it's awesome. But
Shout out Palm Coast, Florida, though.
U.S. city, right?
What'd you say?
U.S. what's my favorite city
Just like,
or place in general?
just maybe on your trip from here or from Pennsylvania to LA or Pennsylvania to Florida, like maybe there's some like town or some big city that you're like, yo, I really fuck with this city heavy. I know I fuck with Richmond, Virginia heavy, dude.
Richmond, Virginia. I walked through there. It was actually pretty dope. Yeah.
Yo, I fuck with Richmond, Virginia heavy.
Yeah, I'm upset I didn't get to spend enough time there. It was a pretty cool place.
That's what's up.
This journey, well, I did walk to New York City. I told you that.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Yeah, New York City was amazing.
Yeah.
Because I'm a big comic book nerd and I love Spider-Man. So, like, when you're seeing what you see in the movies,
Yeah,
you're just like,
that's
oh,
real.
crap.
Like, not trying to be like funny or anything, but are you
Yeah.
homeless?
Am I homeless? No.
Okay, that's what's up. Because, I was just thinking, like, man, I was talking to some people, like, I went to New York with and stuff like that, and I was like, man, they got kind of like prime realty, you know what I mean? Because they're right there on the New York Strip.
Yeah.
They're making, like, probably $1,000 a day.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I'm not saying it's not that bad, but I'm just like, it could be worse. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
It's probably bad, but, shout out to my boy Ansel. This dude, Lucian, I'm sorry if I said your name wrong. They had a question. It says, what does the walking do? I'm curious. Mad respect for you, man. Like,
What does
is
the
it,
walking do?
I'm guessing, do they mean, is it like meditative, if that's even a word, or euphoric, maybe?
It really is. It really is. Like, before this, I was big on like exercising, and I would jog a lot. And I don't know if you ever heard like the saying that you hit that second wind.
Yeah.
Yeah, that stuff is real, and you're so clear headed, and you just start feeling like if you ever smoked weed or anything, you feel like that, and you get that from a physical exercise.
I can see that. That's true too.
Yeah, it's a beautiful feeling.
So like when I think of you walking, the first thing that comes to my mind is like my feet swelling up. You know what I mean? Like, say if you like go to a concert or you go to like a parade, something for me, you know what I mean? Like, I do a lot of walking, like especially at like Disney World.
Yeah.
My feet just like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Does that happen to you like every day, or your feet calloused up now, or like?
I have some pretty tough feet, definitely. And then it helps that I really try to take care of my feet. Like, I'll walk a long stretch, and then I'll literally stop, drop my bag,
Nice,
and like take my shoes off, let my feet get some air. Sometimes even massage my own feet, because you have to take care of them. Otherwise, I wouldn't get very far.
All right. Like, and I'm not trying to get into the personal life. We're not going to get too personal
go ahead,
here, but
brother,
like,
go ahead.
have you ever
Personal's
like,
good.
have you ever seen any like, have any females come onto you on this trip? And I'm not saying you got to say whether you did or didn't. I just want to know if they met, because you can't get in trouble for that question.
Yeah.
I just want to know if they've came on to you or not in this trip.
Oh yeah, yes. I've had women slide into my DMs.
Wow.
And I've had women, that I've met.
From the slide-in?
No, not from the slide-in, but that would like come on to me in person.
Wow.
Guys and girls have came on to me.
Interesting.
Yeah.
That's what's up. So, like, do you ever go into bars or anything like that, or when you go through towns, do you try and make it a point to stop by anywhere or anything, or do you just pass through them? Or
it depends on what was like my mark for that day. If I was trying to make it to a certain spot, I'll just like
that's
go
true.
through. But a lot of times, I've had I stop, I explore and I look around and I talk to like the locals.
Definitely.
And
Any towns you'd never go to again?
No, not that I can think of actually. They all like had like their own unique, sort of way about them. So I think I would visit them again.
You think you could tell the difference from like the north and the south? Did you know?
As far as
I don't know even. That's kind of like a weird question, but like the Mason-Dixon line or whatever, how it's kind of like, I can kind of like, of course, when you fly or whatever, or drive, it's kind of quick, so the weather changes. I kind of think even the buildings get like closer together and older the more north you go, kind of.
Oh yeah.
Maybe not even like, but like, do you think you could tell when you were like in the South?
Yeah, I can definitely tell. Like if we're talking about buildings, yeah, the buildings. I'm looking around right now, and the buildings are built different than they're built up there.
Mm-hmm.
And then in Pennsylvania, alone where I'm from, Pennsylvania's a very old
Yeah.
historic state. So if you look at like all the houses and stuff like that,
Mhm.
they look like these old,
Yeah.
old houses.
Been there for like 100 years, for real.
Yeah, and a lot of them have been there for like over 100 years. So
Okay.
yeah, you can tell. You can tell.
So, what, like, and I don't want to be how you said some of your fans and your family and supporters are, but what is next? I mean, is there another going to be walking location or?
I can't disclose that information.
Nice,
yet.
nice. G14 classified. Can you tell me off air?
What I can do for you is I can tell you a stunt that I'm going to be training for when I get back to Pittsburgh.
A stunt he's going to
Yeah.
be training for.
So I'm going to be fasting for
Oh,
yeah.
it sounds horrible already.
I'm going to be fasting for 7 full days, no food.
What about water?
Yeah, only water.
What about
Which,
like liquids? Can you like yogurt or no?
No, nope.
Damn.
Some just water.
Damn.
And I was going to do 4 days fasting, but I'm going 7 now because I read that that's where it can get dangerous and you can die. So it seemed fascinating to me.
Interesting.
I like to push myself.
Okay.
And I'm going to also be bound, just for like dramatic effect, I'm going to be bound by
Nice.
with chains on my wrists
Okay.
and held up. And I'm probably going to do it in downtown Pittsburgh.
Wow.
So yeah, be on the lookout for that.
Definitely, man. That's what's up. I definitely see you being on the Breakfast Club here soon.
Hey man, that's the plan.
Definitely, man.
Breakfast Club, Ellen, Steve Harvey, we're coming for all of them.
Ellen, that's tight. And Oprah.
And Oprah, yeah.
My boy Ansel, he says, does he literally walk everywhere he goes?
I really do. I didn't think about it until like someone asked me the other day. Because even when I'm back at home at Pittsburgh, I like literally
You
walk
don't.
from place to place.
you don't have a whip,
Uber.
or-
No.
He says sometimes Uber.
Yeah, sometimes
That's
Uber.
hilarious. If I ever saw you hopping out of Uber, I'd be like, you ain't real. You ain't real. You hopping out of Ubers and shit. Fucking TMZ taking pictures of you and shit like that.
That'd be too funny.
That would be.
See, now I can't even do it when I'm back at home because someone's going to try to catch me slipping.
That's funny as
I'll make
hell,
a fake
dude.
article and everything.
Right. Walking man hops out of Uber.
Right?
Boy, they're gonna shut your GoFundMe down so quick.
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding. But
Oh, man.
that's tight, dude. So like, do you want to like maybe get a job or career sometime, or do you want to like? But I know you said you can't tell us about it a little bit, but can you tell us if this is like it, or
If this is it, as far
like, could you ever see yourself going back to a 9 to 5?
No. I definitely, that life is behind me. I'm a full-time motivational speaker now.
Nice.
That's my occupation.
Nice.
So yeah, and then as well as a businessman, I want to start my own restaurant one day.
Nice.
Gym. Then I'm also working on getting into acting and modeling and all that good stuff. So yeah, for sure, there's a whole bunch of things that I want to do where a 9 to 5 wouldn't be able to fit.
That's
I
real.
need my full time and energy.
Do you like, and it's just trying to, my bad, I'm just trying to figure out a way to ask this question.
You good?
Do you see yourself with like a family?
A family? That's a good question because I'm actually a big like family man. I'm big on family and I do want my own family one day. I don't know. It depends on like how my life goes.
That's real.
Yeah, because I don't want to bring a family like into like all this craziness.
Right, and have them traveling with you and stuff like that.
This was actually like a big reason why I broke up with my ex-girlfriend because she just wasn't, happy with like me wanting to do like all this traveling stuff, felt lonely, I guess. So,
Right.
Yeah.
So, my boy says, He says he's trying to walk with you from the B section to the B section. That's about 12 feet. But my boy said, what type of food would you serve in the restaurant? I'm guessing vegetarian food?
Yeah, all vegetarian food. And I already have it thought. It's gonna be centered around potatoes, specifically baked potatoes.
Interesting. I love potatoes.
Yeah, exactly.
So, you know, thanks everybody who's watching. If everybody could share this, everybody who's just tuning in.
Yeah, man.
This is
Let's see if I can try to find you actually.
This is Professor Al. I just met him randomly on Facebook. Shout out to my boy Stephen McCaig from Palm Coast, skateboarder. We were chilling one day, and he told me, he's like, yo man, you gotta link up with this dude and do a podcast. I know you could do it, bro. And we made it happen. So
that's crazy.
This is all shout out to Stephen McCaig, man. I appreciate it. If everybody could share this, we're trying to share this with as many people in the world, get his story out there, dude. So next question I got for you is,
hit me with a hard one.
Well, this is like a necessary one, I think, more than a hard one. But like,
okay,
from when did you first think about this?
Yeah.
And why, compared to when you actually left? What started this thought? What chain, like, you know what I mean? Now they say there's an explosion, then a chain reaction.
Yeah.
I know we said there was some deaths in the family or something. I don't know if that's what started it.
Yeah, that actually, my first journey will have to start from there, because without me explaining that, this journey wouldn't be possible. So yeah, it all started about a year ago. Like, I was extremely depressed and actually very suicidal.
Dang.
And I just felt lost, and like I didn't know my place or purpose in the world. I'm sure we all get that way. And yeah, I just like really started getting fed up and like tired of feeling like that. And I actually planned a day where I was going to commit suicide.
Damn.
Didn't do it, obviously.
That's good. I'm glad to see that.
And when I decided like not to do it, I started getting like these weird dreams. One specifically where I ended up seeing my aunt who visited me in the dream, and she passed away a few years ago. And we were like real close.
Sorry to hear that.
Thank you. And she actually used to call me Professor Al.
Nice.
Because all the kids would be outside playing, and I'd be like in the house reading books. So yeah, me and my brother were in the dream, and we're walking down the street, and then we see this cafe, and then I look inside the cafe, and I see this woman just sitting there. Then like as I look closer, it's my aunt, and she looked so beautiful, and she was just glowing, and I started crying in the dream, I remember. And then without her saying anything, like her lips didn't move, she just like looked at me. We made eye contact, and she said, "Al, I love you. I believe in you, and everything's gonna be okay." And then like there was this huge flash, and I woke up, and the idea to walk to Los Angeles like literally came in my head not so long after that.
Dang.
Yeah.
So when you're like on these walks, I'm sure you just have a lot of time to think to yourself. Do you have headphones?
Yeah.
Oh damn, I'm tripping. You got these big ass headphones on your head.
It's my trademark, man. I always get these on.
That's what's up, dude. So now my question is, do you ever like talk to people and walk and stuff like that? You know what I mean?
I've had a couple times. Me and my friends sometimes hop in Discord. I don't know if you ever heard of Discord. Yeah, it's like a gaming chat room. So yeah, they'll be like gaming, and I'll hop in and we talk. It's like we're all hanging out.
That's what's up.
So I do that sometimes, but really, when I'm walking, it's usually in complete silence. Like I only put my phone on for emergencies to save battery, because I never know when I'm going to charge it.
There.
Unless I'm in a place like this.
Okay.
So, yeah.
A place like this. Have you ever walked in complete darkness?
Yeah, several times. Most times, like, it's very rare that I come into like a place like this. Most of America, it really is just like
Dark at night?
it's just like farmland, wilderness, or desert. That's all of America. And then
So we're not running out of spare room.
no, not at all. And that's why I don't know where that comes from.
Yeah,
I
that,
really
oh,
don't.
we're getting so crowded.
Because like I've walked thousands of miles where like there was complete nothing, and I'm just like where are all the people that they're talking about?
Dang, that's crazy. Has anyone ever like stolen anything from you? Like, have you been sleeping
My cell phone got stolen in New York City, actually.
in? Damn.
Yeah. So I had to get a new one.
Hey, New York, y'all ain't playing. I guess y'all ain't.
New York,
Y'all ain't playing. Y'all say y'all ain't playing.
Yeah. So it put a halt to the journey. Or at least it was going to put a longer hold on it. But yeah, I made a post saying that my phone got stolen and stuff like that. And then immediately my supporters started donating. Shout out
Hell
to the
yeah.
One Love Army.
One Love Army. That's
One Love
fire.
Army.
I want to join that army.
Heck yeah, brother. Yeah, so they immediately started donating. One person donated $200 right off the bat. One person
Damn,
donated
I can't donate
$70.
$200.
Yeah,
I got like
I'm
I got
not
like
asking
$10.
anybody.
No, I'm just kidding. But we got some other people here.
They're like,
We're
I got
gonna
a
donate.
quarter.
We're gonna donate, dude. Fuck that. We're donating, dude. I'm donating like $20.
You don't have to, brother.
Oh
but I
no, I'm
appreciate it.
donating $20. But the next person, we're gonna find a link. Do you have a link?
Yeah, it's right on my Facebook page.
What is it? I'm gonna put it in here and we're gonna put the thing up.
The Professor Al.
www or just the Professor Al?
Just the Professor Al.
The PORFFE.
Yeah, ES.
Is it one F or two F's?
It's one F.
One F E Professor Al
Dot
dot
Weebly.
WEBLY
EEBLY.
EEBLY
.com.
.com.
Yeah.
And that's it right there?
Yeah, that's it right there.
Okay, I posted that. Boom.
Awesome.
Boom. Robert Curry said put the link up. I put the link up. The link is up. Everybody, if you could go there, donate $1 for everybody who views this, man. Fuck it. Let's
That'd be
do it.
awesome.
You know what I'm
That'd be
saying? We out here. One Love Army.
Yeah, man. That's what it's about. It's about we need to come together. We really do,
Yeah,
because we're living in a world that is very divided, and it just can't be like that. You know, we're in this together.
That's real. So let me ask you a simple question now. What are the best shoes to walk in? If I'm going to walk across the country.
Honestly, and this may sound crazy, but the most comfortable things I've ever walked in were sandals. Yeah, I walked in some athletic slides with like some cushioning.
Really?
Because like your feet are open and are getting so much, so much oxygen. And
Jesus
like
walked in sandals.
Exactly.
That makes sense.
That's proof right there.
Right.
Because
He walked pretty far too. And Moses and all them.
Yeah.
Are you a religious person?
I am not. I would consider myself a spiritual person.
That's what's up.
Yeah, I guess like.
Do you think we go somewhere when you die?
Yeah, I believe everything we see is made up of energy, and
Energy
even if
transfers.
you like believe in like if you're not religious and you're just like a science person, even then it says energy can neither be created nor destroyed. So yeah, when you pass away, your energy goes somewhere.
That's real.
So yeah.
That's real, man. It's like, I don't know if I could do it. When you like walked outside, that first step, were you like nervous?
I was really procrastinating like doing this. Like I ended up leaving 2 days after I announced that I was going to leave.
Hilarious. He walked outside the town and just ducked off for a little bit.
Right.
Yo, I thought you said you left, bro. Chill. I'm leaving. Fuck. All right, I'm leaving.
Exactly.
That's crazy, bro.
Yeah, so I really was afraid, and I till this day don't know what. It's just one of those things that just like doubt, which like we can't escape sometimes. It just creeps in, and you just start thinking of everything that could go wrong, or if
Damn.
or if you like won't make it at all. I don't know. So I just was like, you know, home is safe.
That's real. This is a question. Did you ever almost die?
Yeah. This happened on my first journey. I was in Arizona, almost in California, and I was in the middle of nowhere in the desert. It started pouring down rain.
Daytime or nighttime?
Nighttime.
Damn.
Yeah, it was like 3 in the morning.
Damn.
So yeah, it was completely pitch black out there, and if you know anything about the desert, it doesn't hold heat. So
Once the sun goes down, it's cold.
once the sun goes down, it's freezing. So
Right.
with that rain added on top, I was like, okay, something's wrong here. So I immediately like stopped off the side of the road I was on, and just like huddled up under this waterproof like tarp that I had, and just like stayed there. And I was like, if I can like produce some, you know, heat in here with like my body heat and like my breath, then, you know, I should be able to survive however long.
Damn, that's crazy.
And then this police officer actually ended up, I just remember hearing his voice. He's like, boy, you either gonna freeze out here or get hit.
Yeah.
And then he walks over when like he realizes that, you know, I can't talk. And
Damn, it was that cold?
It was freezing. Yeah, and he helps me put my bags and stuff in his car, and then he drives me to this truck stop where this lady gave me not one but 2 tall glasses of hot coffee.
Nice.
I remember that because it was so warm. I was just like, oh.
That's
Yeah.
funny, man.
So yeah, that was the time I almost died.
Damn.
It was
That's...
scary. It was.
So, do you think like times like that bring you to a different thought process? Because I know they say like, you know, when people get close to death and they really like appreciate life and stuff, kind of like skydiving.
Yeah. I personally don't fear or even believe in death. I think like that's another. Death is merely like a transition. Like as we said, you know, your energy goes elsewhere. So
Like
that's why
caterpillar to butterfly type shit?
exactly. So that's
Okay.
why I don't fear it. You know, when it's my time, it's my time. A lot of people have trouble accepting that fact. So I think more people, sounds crazy, but more people should have at least like one, you know, close
Yeah.
to death like encounter,
I feel you.
because it will show you that. It will show you like, wow, there's really nothing to be afraid of.
That's real. Have you like ran into any celebrities on your trip?
When I walked to New York City, actually, the reason I walked to New York City was to meet this YouTuber. He's a famous YouTuber and filmmaker. His name is Casey Neistat. I don't know if you ever heard of him, but yeah, he's done films that have, you know, been on the HBO. He's worked with countless celebrities everywhere from Neve, that has the show Catfish, Justin Bieber.
Okay.
Yeah, a bunch of people. So yeah, I used to watch his daily vlogs, and like it was so motivating because this man, I'm a filmmaker as well. So this man like was making his, you know, his everyday life just like look so amazing, and it really made me want to pick up a camera again. That's why I started vlogging. You can find me on YouTube.
I see your vlog. Is it off that phone or is it off of your camera?
I edit with my phone, but it's off of this baby right here.
Bro, that's sick. You just pulled that out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Show that to the camera.
Yeah, man.
That's sick,
This
dude.
little thing right here. I was filming off my phone at first until I got this.
That's tight, dude.
Yeah, you gotta make do with what you got.
Yo, man, gotta make do. It's pretty clear though. When I've seen your videos and stuff
think
like
so?
that. Yeah.
No, right on.
And you say you upload, what do you use, iMovie?
I use it's called Power Director.
Yeah.
Yeah, from a company called Cyberlink. It's amazing because they have a bunch of powerful effects on it, but it's so simple to use, and that's what I really love about it.
Y'all, he just turned me up right now. I'm about to use Power Director.
Yeah,
Look,
man.
I'm about to put the note in my thing right
Telling
now.
you, Power Director, but owe me money.
Right. That's what I'm saying, man. All these people out here. Now that stick,
Yeah.
is that found? Is it made? Is it bought?
It is handmade, and I didn't make it. Yeah, I bought it online.
Nice.
This guy.
You bought it online?
Yeah.
Did they ship it to you?
Yeah, they shipped it to me.
In like a long box?
Yeah.
Let me see a stick.
Yeah, it was just this long, tall box, and I was like, I know what this is.
People wanted to see what the stick looked like. You got some etchings in the side of it. Is that a flower?
Yep.
That's what's up. Oh, is that a compass?
Yeah, it's a compass, and this was a temperature gauge, but it broke. I gotta take it out and replace it.
A temperature gauge. How does that gauge the temperature? What does it do? Does it give you a number, or is it like?
It's almost like a dial that it shows you what the temperature is.
And then for the compass, you have to hold it sideways like this,
Yeah, you hold it. It's really cool because you hold it.
like Gandalf.
And then wherever this is pointing, that's the direction that you want to go. So like if I want to go north, then I'll just wait till that turns north and then follow that.
Wait,
So
hold
pretty
on.
awesome.
Okay, so it says north for y'all is back this way. So what does that mean?
It says north is back that way.
Yeah.
Well, then that's correct then.
No, but what were you saying about the end of the stick though?
I said like if you want it to go north, then you keep moving until so if it once it's set like
I feel you.
yeah.
I get what you're saying. Hey, there he is right now. There he is, Stephen McKeag, the dude who made this happen.
That's the dude.
Yeah.
What's up, brother?
Hey, what up?
Yeah,
Hey,
definitely shout out to him.
shout out to Stephen, man. I appreciate it. There's the flower right there, if anyone can see it.
Yeah, man.
Etched in the side.
That's my buddy right there.
Is there a name for the stick?
I've been calling him Forrest.
Interesting. This is real.
For obvious reasons.
Right. That's a tight name though too.
And it's a perfect name for for staff. So
That's tight, man. So how long do you usually take in between journeys? Don't tell me you're about to just start the next one like right away.
no, I for these journeys I make it a point to travel in the fall. So I leave in the fall so that I can walk through fall and winter when it's cold.
Oh, you would rather do
And,
that?
Yeah, because you see my pack.
Yeah, man. This dude had like a 13-year-old on his back.
Yeah, pretty much.
That's how much stuff you have.
Pretty much, yeah. Yeah, that it's about 50 pounds, not including food and water added to it. And if I carried that in heat, like shoot, when walking, to Orlando, I was like dying.
Yeah.
Florida.
I saw your post. You said when you got in Gainesville, it was just a different kind of heat.
Yeah, man. We I'm from Pennsylvania. It's cold up there right now.
Yeah.
We still get snow in February. Like.
Are you an Eagles fan? Y'all just won the Super Bowl.
No.
Oh, you're from Pittsburgh.
Pittsburgh,
area.
yeah.
So you're
Steelers.
Steelers.
But I do like the Eagles.
Yeah, you
I do like the Eagles.
That's tight, man.
Yeah, Steelers Nation.
Steelers Nation, black and yellow.
There you go.
Let's see what some of these questions are saying right now. He said, Ansel said, how often does he rest during a journey? Does he just walk through places? Ansel, we talked about this a little bit earlier, and I'm gonna try and see if I answer it correctly. He tries to walk about 60 miles a day, so if he's close to it, he's just gonna pass through and stuff. But yeah, he usually sleeps every day on the side of the road. Do you have like anything soft to lay on, or
My pack.
you sleep on your pack?
Yeah, pretty
Sure
much.
that?
Yeah,
You get bit by shit?
No. I make sure everything is covered. That's why, like, even in the heat, I wear long pants
Wow.
and long sleeves.
Do you get past the sweating aspect of it?
Yeah.
I notice like people, I don't know if this is real or not. I mean, I just kind of seen it in movies.
Yeah.
But like, people who ride the camels over in like Egypt and shit, they be having mad clothes on.
Yeah, because they need to. It protects against the sun, the rays of the sun.
That's real.
Yeah.
Do you stop and take in the attractions? That's a good question.
That's a really good question. Not as much as I would like to, and
Ugh.
in the future I plan to go see a lot more stuff. But
Nice.
it's because I'm limited. So if I'm in a place and then there is something to see there, but like it's like miles and miles away,
Mhm.
and you have to like understand like an hour drive is a day of walking for me.
An
So,
hour drive
yeah, an hour drive
is a day
it
of
is a
walking.
day of walking. So I'm
Dude, I
like,
just came from. I was in Tampa today. We're in Jacksonville right now. That's
so
crazy.
It would have took me a couple days.
Hey, Steven, he likes sandals, bruh.
Sandals, man.
Slides, to be exact. Like,
Exactly, them athletic joints.
that's crazy. But so we're gonna stop and see more attractions in the future. That's what's up. But
Heck yeah.
that's crazy to me, man. Like,
One of the most amazing places I've been attraction-wise is the Grand Canyon.
I've actually fell in the Grand Canyon,
What you mean fell in?
dude. When we were talking about near-death experiences earlier,
Yeah,
so you've been there before.
yeah.
Like, it's so big. There's like no, you can't put up a barrier around everything.
No.
There's places where you could just fall into the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
So like I'm with my oldest brother actually, and his two boys are like around my age. So my nephews are like, at the time I was like 15, my other nephew was 15, the other one was like 17.
Right.
And they're like, dude, it was crazy. They were so much more adventurous than I was. They were like, let's take a picture pretending to fall off the edge. And I was like, what the fuck? Why would anyone want to? Yeah. I don't know. But we were like, all right, whatever.
Oh man.
And like, we're like standing there like this. But like, you know, it's a rock and then there's loose gravel.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and I step on some gravel and I slip and I fall.
Oh shoot.
And I literally fall off the edge, and I go to reach back, and I go to like grab the edge, or else I'm gonna fall like a mile down to the
Oh
ground.
my god.
But there's like a water pipe for the water fountains,
Mm-hmm.
and there was a water pipe around there, so I grabbed a water pipe, and dude, I swear on my life. Do you remember Mission Impossible 2 with Tom Cruise where he's hanging off the cliff like this and stuff? That's what I was doing.
That's crazy.
But I was there for like 0.3 seconds,
Oh,
but
shoot.
like it felt like a lot longer. But once I was down there, I got up. But it's crazy because my brother was like filming, and like you just see me like fall out of the camera. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was crazy, but I got up super fast. But
That's wild. Holy crap.
right, it was like
I
crazy.
think you got
but-
me beat for near-death experiences right
Bro,
there. That's
I
pretty
have some
intense.
other near-death experiences.
Holy crap.
I'm not gonna get into it, but
I'm gonna have to ask you.
a couple months ago, I was just like in a fender bender with this dude, and he pulls out a gun.
Oh shoot.
Yo,
Where was this at?
in Daytona.
Oh crap.
And I'm like, bro, what's up? What are we gonna do about this? You know what I mean? He's like, oh, I'm like, are you serious, dude?
Oh man.
But the thing is, like, nothing was even really messed up in my car. It was like
Yeah.
a little bit of paint transfer.
Right.
And I was trying to get him for some money. You know what I mean? Like, I guess that's what you want to call it. Like,
Right.
he did hit my car.
Right,
You know what I
right.
mean? But I was like, you know, he's like, oh, you're not going to extort me,
Oh wow.
you know? And
That's
he,
crazy.
like, went to his trunk and, like, I'm like, for real? Whatever. But
That's
anyways,
crazy.
right. I was like, what's wrong with this world?
Yeah, it's a crazy world.
It is, man.
And yeah, that's the one thing I don't. Yeah, I really despise guns, and people are quick to pull them out.
I feel you on that.
Yeah.
So like, other than walking, what do you do in your free time?
In my free time,
Like, say when you go back to Pennsylvania.
I work out a lot.
I know you said you play video
lot.
games.
Or
your
not as much
friends
as I
play
would
video
like
games.
to. Yeah, my friends play video games.
Okay.
I write a lot of poetry.
And so seven.
Yeah, I also write screenplays, different stuff like that. Yeah,
That's what's up. I've been working on trying to write some stuff, but it's hard because I kind of like I take on a couple different projects, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But my thing is kind of like finding enough people to come together. Like, maybe I should still write the script,
Yeah.
but I like want to really find the actors and actresses and trying to work off of their already personalities, you know what I mean? I got a couple people in mind and stuff like that, but
Right.
I don't know how well it's gonna go or not. Yeah, Ansel asked if you're gonna walk back home, but you're gonna fly back home
I'm flying. Yeah,
That's what's up,
my
man.
flight is actually tomorrow morning.
tomorrow morning.
Yeah, that's why I'm so close to the
airport?
Yep.
Are you gonna walk to the airport?
I was going to. Yeah,
That's
the plan.
fucking hilarious, dude. This dude said, "Yo, Ronnie, what up?" You said he's gonna walk to the airport.
Walk everywhere.
That's crazy. What? Like, can I drop you off at the airport tonight, or would that be cheating? Or
No, that's not cheap. Yeah, my journey is officially over.
All right.
When I made it to Orlando, it was over.
all right, so I can drop you off at the airport, or would you want that, or maybe closer? I don't know how far we are.
We're not far at all. It's like right up that street, if I'm not
Oh, okay.
mistaken. But which is about like a 45-minute walk.
Yeah, right up the street. Dang, that's crazy. A 1 hour road trip in a car is a day trip.
Yeah,
That's
day trip.
crazy.
Exactly. So yeah, you can't. You try not to think about distance because like when you're walking, and you see all these cars passing you, you're just like, man. You just
Do you know what cities you're in sometimes, or like what states you're in sometimes?
yeah, because there's always no matter like where you're at, unless you're literally in just like complete
Forest,
wilderness.
yeah.
Yeah. There's
When you're
always
by a
signs.
road, it'll tell you.
Yeah, and yeah, I always try to stay even somewhat close to roads.
You know, one thing I noticed too is like when it comes to say states, like say Jacksonville and Georgia, they're legit. It's like water in between the two states, you know, and like there's a bridge you go over and stuff like that, and it kind of like it's crazy. Like a lot of people don't really know it, but it's like it's crazy. Like a lot of different places, like like even from Atlanta to like Chattanooga, Tennessee, it's like real mountainy, and then once you get through the crazy mountains, it's like a new city. It's like I guess that's what they had to do back in the day to establish cities and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Ansel said this was probably asked already. How do you maintain hygiene? That has not been asked.
It hasn't, and that's a good question.
And you know, I'm gonna be honest with you, bro. Like, you really don't have like a bad smell. You know what I mean?
I try.
Like,
it's
you might have
because-
seemed like you might have been to the gym today or something like that.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah,
It's
like
not bad, y'all.
Yeah, it's like just like a natural like musk. Kind
Yeah,
of thing,
yeah, definitely. I was gonna say that 'cause I was like, you seem fairly, but I guess you. I don't know how you handle that. That's a good answer. You could. How do you maintain hygiene?
It could be tricky sometimes depending on where you're at, but like
Mm-hmm.
I've had to like bathe in public restrooms and crap like that.
Okay.
And truck stops are amazing because truck stops usually have showers.
Mhm.
So, and then they're usually cheap too. So, yeah, that's how I usually take care of that situation, whether it be public restroom or truck stop.
That's what's up, man.
Yeah.
This is crazy. So being a vegetarian, I'm guessing you don't like drop a lot of deuces and stuff. Is that ignorant for me to think, or because I'm
no.
usually like I'm like a once a day type person. But yeah,
It's actually when you eat meat, you actually poop a lot less because vegetables like go right through you.
I can see
But
that.
it's easier to poop, so
can see
it's
that.
not it's not a hassle.
That's real.
Yeah.
You do a lot of like squatting in the woods and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Wow, interesting.
And it's a disgusting topic.
Let's talk about it,
I'm
dude.
sorry for anyone that's
Let's
eating.
talk about it, yo.
Yeah, if you're eating, I'm sorry, but yeah, it's really like it feels weird. It feels weird as heck. Like when I did it for the first time, I was like, holy crap! Like I'm squatting in the woods. Like,
Yeah.
But then like when I go and I sit on a toilet, it's like it doesn't feel
Unnatural?
the same. It feels so unnatural. Like I feel so like amazing when I do it outside.
That's hilarious.
And, yeah, it's freaking crazy. So one day, you know, I don't know. I'm gonna build like some
New
type
toilet?
of yeah.
That's crazy, man. That's
build my bathroom outside.
I'm gonna go outside
Something
next
open.
time. What's some essentials?
Something like that.
What's some essentials that you need in your pack? Do you carry toilet paper?
You need baby wipes. No toilet paper. 100%
Baby-
baby wipes.
Baby wipes are necessary.
Necessary.
Don't take a step out the door without
Heck
them.
no. Oh my God, you'll regret it. You'll regret it.
Wow.
Because, like, yeah, that's
Who
I'm
has?
not gonna get into
Can we
that.
give a shout out on who got some good baby wipes? Does it matter? Can you get some cheap ones?
All baby wipes are usually like cheap.
I'm a
yeah.
big. This is a John Robinson like thing right here. Toothpaste, toothbrush, like I even say like underwear, like things close to me, soaps. I'll spend $50. You know what I mean? Like I'll spend a
Right.
lot of money. You know what I mean? Like
You can't. Yeah, you can't.
my
the price
pillow,
on it.
my bed, like
Feel you.
you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
that's
Like
a big thing.
these are like I don't have a lot of Jordans. I don't have a lot of like jewelry and stuff, but like man, you know,
And I really admire that. I do.
I treat my body, you know what I mean? Like
That's what you should.
well, I try to at least like if there's a loofah out there, I'm getting the most expensive loofah I can get.
Yeah,
You know?
loofah, exactly.
I'm getting the most expensive toothpaste that I can get. It'll be like $25, but it's really not that much money. You know what I mean? But that's what I do. I can't speak for anybody else. You know
I
what I mean?
feel you.
But so that's why I was wondering about the baby wipes and stuff. Me personally, I'm gonna get like Johnson and Johnson.
Johnson and Johnson.
You know, like the kind you use for babies, no rash.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting that kind for sure.
Exactly.
Let me. Do you bring a water bottle with you? I guess.
I have a camel pack, so it got like a little straw.
Okay, that's tight.
That way, you know.
How much can it
just be
hold?
on it holds. I never put it to the max, but it holds a gallon easy and still like has room. But I never want to fill it.
Yeah.
Because it'll be too much weight.
If you're walking for a day,
Mm-hmm.
do you go through that gallon a day?
It depends on where I'm at. Florida, I'm going through that in a couple hours.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, I ran out of water in Florida really quick, and I was like, "Holy crap!"
Damn. You could tell when your body needs water.
Oh yeah, you could tell, and that's a scary thing about it. That's why you have to be really sparingly with you have to use it.
I was thinking about that, and boy, I drink that
You
shit.
just take sips.
I'm gonna drink it in the morning for breakfast.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be
Yeah.
fucked. I'm gonna be in the middle of nowhere. I'm gonna be like, what the fuck am I about to
Exactly.
do?
It's no joke, and that's why you do have to be smart if anyone to ever try anything like this. You're just trying to get your mouth moist and get a little bit in your system.
Damn,
Besides
that's
that,
crazy.
let it go.
Damn, let it go.
Yeah,
Hmm.
it's not worth drinking at all because you will regret it.
Damn. Have you ever almost gotten arrested or in trouble or anything like that?
No. And I think that's just because it's really funny because I can see the shift because black man, I guess, looks suspicious walking alone. They're thinking I'm some escaped convict or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And I start talking to them, and I'm from what you would consider a hood, but I don't
Okay.
talk hood, I guess.
I feel you.
So, they're expecting some thug, and then out comes Carlton from Fresh Prince.
I feel you on that. I get that sometimes.
Yeah, I bet you do. So, it really how you carry yourself is
Right.
the world of difference. Because some of my friends and people that I know, it probably would have went down differently.
That's real. That's definitely real. Man, I'm so glad I got to ask these questions because, it's really just blew my mind how it's even possible, but it really shows you what other things are possible. You really take it one step at a time.
Yeah, that's my motto. One step at a time.
Yeah.
That's what I use in all aspects of my life. because I've always been, I would consider myself like a dreamer.
Mm-hmm.
And being a dreamer, you're always just like thinking about idea, and never like making like any moves to do it because like you get discouraged because you're focusing on the future before you're even there. You need to focus on what's in front of you right now.
That's what's up, bro. You know, we're about to end this, man. I really appreciate you giving me the time to come out here and, you know, interview you. I feel like it's elevated me to a higher spot, you know what I mean?
Right on. I appreciate
And you like maybe I want you to give some final words of encouragement to any people who want to, you know, and then some shout outs too to your people.
Final words of encouragement. The whole reason like why I do this is to encourage you, the world, to really make the best of life and take chances. I was just telling a friend before, like, the average lifespan of a human is like what, like 70 years?
Around there.
Yeah, so that's a long life, you would think, right? But really that person hasn't lived at all. It was 70 years of just working and then retire. They never really did what they wanted to do with their life, and it's really sad.
That's real.
So I do this to encourage you guys to not necessarily do something to this, you know, extreme, but really believe that you can make that dream or goal happen that you have in your mind. And I know you all have one. So it's possible. You only get this one life.
That's
so
real.
make it great.
That's what's up, man. That's fire. You just made me go harder because I like, you know, in December, I quit my job. I was driving trucks and stuff like that. And now I'm trying to do the podcast. And I have a drone company also. I fly drones, yeah.
That's awesome, brother.
Yeah, I appreciate it, dude. And, you know, it's hard at times, and I need to go harder personally. One thing I'm going to tell these people, I need to wake up early in the morning, and I need to get out and talk to more people every day, you know what I mean?
Heck yeah.
Like, I'm not going as hard as I could be right now. So, like, I'm not really feeling the energy as much, so I'm kind of clawing back at getting another 9-to-5 job, you know what I mean, to supplement my bills and stuff. But
I feel you.
I really need to just grind harder, but it's hard. But what you said, man, is really showing me, like, I can do this if I really put my mind to it.
You can.
Because you committed.
Yeah, you can.
You ever thought about going back, stopping at any point?
Yeah. Every now and then, yeah, that creeps in, but then you realize that, like how you would feel if you went back. It's like
that's
really
real.
Like this feeling of defeat, because you're where, like I'm where I am right now, you know, for a reason, and like I wouldn't have it any other way.
Mm-hmm.
Like I probably honestly like would have been like suicidal if I would have went back, because you're reversing like that process, you know. And once you make the decision to do something and go forward, it's like your soul needs that. You need to keep moving forward. You can never go back. That's why I can never go back to 9 to 5.
Damn, that's real, man.
That's in the past. That's not part of my evolution, my journey anymore. I'm moving on. That's
real. So before we get into the shout outs, I want to give a shout out real quick to, once again, DJ Kid K. If you ever needs a job, I got DJ Kid K, you know, 13 years old, really doing his thing out here in Palm Coast, Florida. Has an event March 3rd at Europa. Need everybody to come out there, check him out, you know what I mean? Support. Everybody support everybody.
There you go.
You know what I mean? That's what it's all about. Y'all go check out godscreate.com. You know, I got some codes here. I'm going to send you a pack, you know what I mean? I'm going to get your information and send you some clothes and stuff like that.
Right on.
I like for you to wear it on your journey, on your next one and stuff like that.
I definitely will, brother.
Definitely, bro.
You can, I promise.
Hey, we're going to do that, bro. I'm telling you, about to send him some gear. And, yeah, man. So any shout outs you like to give?
Shout outs. Shout out, first of all, my lovely, beautiful mama. I have to shout
Mama.
out on everything.
Shout out my mom, too,
yeah.
Stephanie Robinson.
Natana Norris. I love you, And Mark Craven, who he's also a fellow motivational speaker, out of Pittsburgh. Amazing guy. Look for him. He's also on Facebook. And to the One Love Army in general. There's so many names I can think of, but just like all the people that support me and my journey, you know, you're all amazing, and I love all of you.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. All right, y'all. Well, you know, this has been a really good one. Hey, it's crazy. Ansel just said that. It's been a good one. I appreciate everybody checking us out, sharing this. You know, also, like I said, we're going to tag him at Professor Al. Go check him out on Facebook. Go check him out on Instagram. We here. YouTube. We supporting. You know what I mean? Subscribe to his channel. I'm going to be following you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And,
can I say something?
yeah.
Yeah, I have I just started a vlog series on my channel called The Journey. So in that, you'll get a little bit of like my daily life, and there's like a lot of things coming up that you're going to want to see.
That's tight.
As well as I do weekly motivational videos on there as well.
That's tight. That's what's up. All right, well, thanks, bro. I really appreciate everything, dude.
Right
you know
on.
what? Hey, y'all be easy, man.